What is up, everybody? It's Taylor, your local clown. Anyways, hi. It's Wednesday. It's new comic book day. Well, unless you're one of those lucky people that gets all the preview comics and stuff, and that's not me. I'm not privileged enough to get them all ahead of time, and my local comic shop doesn't put them out on Tuesday. So Wednesday, new comic book day, because I'm one of the common people, one of the masses. Anyways, who we got here? Slotted up, howdy. Gary B, good seeing you. Las Cruces, hi. Bandit Buzz, I think I just saw you in a different chat. What else we got? Yeah, all right. Oh, I'm not even going to try and read that, Las Cruces. I failed German in high school. Spanish is not my thing. I can order food, and that's about it, and possibly tequila. What's up, Joe M? Hansvet, Jesse, how are y'all? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Who did of the folks that are coming in? I'm apologizing if I'm missing somebody. I have not had a chance to watch it yet, but I know Slotted Up just put up something about a 100 follower giveaway. So go follow him and win some stuff. Unless he's already given it away, in which case go follow him and get ready for the 200 follower giveaway. Eric, good seeing you. Sorry, I didn't mean to miss you. Cheeto, thank you. Stopping in. Welcome. You came for a thrilling day of comic reviews. I don't know how thrilling it'll be. Lots of #1 issues this week that are just kind of meh. So we'll see. Hidden Gem, welcome. Yeah, I just saw you mere moments ago. And Rick, good seeing you there too, sir. Thanks for coming, everybody. So yeah, if this is your first time in here on Wednesdays, what I do is I just go over the comics I bought, the new comics I bought this week, and I tell you what I thought of them. I start with the worst, and I end up with the best in theory. Let's make sure I have that in I end up with the best. And there's nothing horrible again this week. I think the comic quality has generally gone up, or I've at least gotten a little more picky about what I buy a little bit. Oh, well, Slotted Up, yeah. Slotted Up's anticipating hitting 100 very quickly. So everybody follow him and get up to 100 today. Let's do it, huh? And, and follow Hidden Gem, too. He's giving away some stuff, too. I know he's giving away at least a $100 gift card to that Spider-Man booth. So, if you ever see me open some boxes, you can win your own and don't just keep watching me. Much easier. Eric. Yeah, well, really, you think? Okay, take your best guess as to what you think the best comic is this week, unless you saw me do it, or put in. How about this? If you've read your comics this week and already shopped, put in what you think is the best comic that came out this week, and I'll tell you why you're wrong. Or we could have a discussion about it. Jamie, how are you, sir? Good seeing you. All right, let's just get started on this one. I'll keep saying hi to folks as they wander in, if they wander in, but I really wanted to like this book. Commanders in Crisis. It's a new #1. It's written by Steve Orlando. It's the whole idea is sort of like, what if you had a big crossover book where you didn't know any of the people in the crossover, kind of like Crisis on Infinite Earths or that boring S1 Empire or any of the others, but you just didn't know the players, and it was okay. It just didn't stick for me. It read a lot like a 90s Claremont book in a not great way. It just kind of lots of dialogue where we're explaining the stuff. And I get you kind of had to do a little bit of that just in order to tell who the players were. I just thought they'd be a little more clever about it than they were. Probably not going to read the next one. Speaking of ideas that were clever and fizzled, yeah, my boy Moon Knight. This wraps up the latest story arc, and I gotta tell you, I think Avengers is on the chopping block for me. I don't think I'm gonna pick up the next order. I'm gonna unsubscribe from my comic shop at least. I might just pick it up, issue by issue. But the whole, if you've been reading this at all, the idea is Moon Knight is going around stealing other heroes' powers in order to fight this big bad evil, and then it just really fizzles, badly. Oh my Lord, what the hell? I'm you're oh, that was it? It was one of the worst endings to a multi-issue event I think I've ever read. There's just nothing to it, and it's pretty disappointing. So, Kieran Gillian, I normally like his stuff. Warhammer 40,000, I like the miniatures. They all sort of came out when I was collecting miniatures back in the day. I think they obviously must still make them. I never played the game. I never really got any further into it. This is a gorgeous book. It's just kind of yeah. I guess I'm supposed to care. It's just there's just not enough there for me. If you're heavily invested in the ecosystem of Warhammer 40,000, you might get more out of this. it's still just pretty light on substance, really. And yeah, so week next week or next 11. I'll throw that in somebody's mystery box. We Live #1. This is a sort of interesting one. I like the art of this. The story was not horrible. It kind of like the story really reads like it's a cooperative video game, kind of like, or like you're it's a side by side, a side scroller where you have to go in one direction and you've got a little secondary character that just sort of hops along with you. That's just the impression I got out of it. It's fine, and a lot of these in this stack are just kind of fine. There's some good ones, but there's a lot of just. So that's this one. It's not awful. I'll probably pick up the second issue of this one just to see if the story goes anywhere. But as of right now, it's like, okay. And like there's that's sort of a lot of the first issues this week, including that one. Like they don't have the first issue punch I'm looking for. Like they're okay. They're not bad, but like they're not like written to like it's a lot of setup that just doesn't really pull you in. And I'm like, you get one shot at it with the first issue, and they're all just kind of like slow ramp ups. I'm like, sometimes you just kind of dive on into some shit. So, 10 of Swords, X of Swords, however the hell you say it. I don't know, whatever. I think it's 10 of Swords because there's 10 swords, right? I don't know. Cable, it's okay. I've not been reading the series. I read the first issue. I think I've gotten the first issue in like 5 different mystery boxes, so I got like a bunch of them. It's young, punky little Cable, a little plucky. He's plucky, and he's going to go off in the sword fight. So, yeah, you come here for this in-depth reviews. But yeah, sign up to Final 3. Hit. Everybody sub each other up. You just all go sub each other. I'll be talking reviews when you get back. It's fine. Vayne, or The Vayne. 1940s vampires rob blood banks with a little bit of a twist at the end. This one's not bad. It's not great, but it's a decent first issue. Artwork is pretty simple. If you're looking for more of like the classic comic booky, like, or the more common comic booky art, the superhero stuff, this probably isn't for you, but it's enjoyable. It's got some promise. I like the twist at the end, or the little kind of reveal at the end. There's like 2 little subplots, and some of the characters are interesting, like a little too similarly drawn, and it got a little confusing for me. I think there's some jumping back and forth at the time, and I really couldn't tell if one character was in both places. So there's just that. So, all right, another one that's probably going to be on the chopping block, and it's not because I dislike it. It's just gorgeous, and it's interesting. It is just, and you can scroll back. I've said this every week. I've gotten this, and I got to do something about it. It is just so god awfully slow. Like the pacing on this is just snail's pace, and this issue is probably the most action packed issue. But aside from the first issue, like you still have no damn idea who the Red Mother is. You still don't know what's going on. There's still like a couple different mysteries floating around. They added another new mystery on top of it, but like it just there's not like I'm gonna read it in trade. That's really what I recommend y'all do. Just wait. It'll come out in some giant omnibus thing. Gem Mint will talk about it. Buy it when that happens. But until then, you can just put this one in the back burner. So, okay, there you go. Chubby has this theory. You might be right. So, shot. Yeah, it's getting the hook for now. It's not getting the. It's just I can't. What is this? Like $4, $5? Like I can't keep throwing money at this right now. I'll just wait and buy when it's all said and done. So, speaking of books that are probably getting the chop, Amazing Spider-Man 50/851. We're finally sort of figuring out who Kindred is. Okay, instead of just having these damn books numbered like normal, now there's like a new little Kindred mini event where it's like 50.1, 50.2, 50. Just call it 51 and just number it and just get on with this stupid story. Just don't. Oh my God, this is driving me nuts and not in a great way. It's just been a mediocre book to date. And I'm just kind of, no thank you. I might pick it up in trades, and I might jump back on, but and I normally like Nick Spencer, but I am done. I'm just, man. So, what's up, DJ? At Chubby, yeah, what's up? Let's see here. Okay, this was an interesting one. Sort of Seven Samurai. I mean, for obvious reasons, it's the Devil's Red Bride. It's about samurai. Yeah, it's just I'm a tough crowd every week. Maybe I'm a little cranky this week. I like this one enough to pick up the second issue. The art again is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. It's not your traditional superhero art. There's a bit of a twist that's kind of super obvious, but it's interesting enough story, and I think I got a feeling this is probably a mini series. So I will give this one a couple issues to see what's going on. Yes, amazing. It did something like that, DJ. It did something like that. What is this one? Oh, yeah, this is Hellions. Here's the problem with these stupid ass, not stupid, they're gorgeous. Alex Ross is amazingly talented. Tell me what the stupid book is. I'm too lazy to try and figure it out. Just put it somewhere. Put it easily to find. This is Hellions, though. Ten of Swords, part 8 billion. I like this better than the Cable one. I've not been reading Hellions either, but like I can't even tell you who the writer is because it's not on the goddamn cover. Whoever it is, they made Mr. Sinister pretty enjoyable, and I like what's going on with him. And like he's more of like a trickster, prankster than he is like a big serious bad guy or anti-hero or anything. He's just kind of a douche, but like in a good way, like a well-written douche. And like their whole thing is they're going to go try and be sneaky. I guess the Hellions are the bastard team of the X-Men. And they're going to go be bastardly and try and like circumvent everything. That's not a whole lot of spoilers. They say that in the first page or two. So, but it's enjoyable. This is almost enough to get me reading this title regularly. We'll see how it goes throughout the Ten of Swords stuff. And this might actually get put on the pull list to replace some of the garbage I'm dropping. So we'll see. Yeah, see, I have not been reading those yet. It's tough sell to get me to read either of those books right now, the Transformers and the Back to the Future. But I do have this shiny one. Shiny. Look, you can see my fingerprint on the damn thing. So I've already ruined the book. Yeah, and I'm ruining it by doing that. Everyone in the comments is like, oh my God, he dropped a near mint book. It fell an inch and a half and it's got a backing board on it. Chill the hell out. This is good. It's death metal part 4. It feels like it's missing some shit in the middle though. Like it sort of like just jumps and like something gets resolved without really explanation. And I got a feeling like Scott Snyder has like the hidden stories coming down the line. And I'm like, whatever's going on here, if it doesn't end up being like a reboot of some kind or like a resetting of the DC nonsense and the crises, whatever, then it's doing something wrong. But it's still an enjoyable thing. If you've been reading it, I think, like, I don't know anyone that's actually been reading the death metal stuff that's disliked it. There's a couple of issues I didn't love, but a couple of the side tangential ones, like speed metal. But this is still enjoyable, and I dig it, and I'll stick with it till the end. All right, we're getting towards the top tier here, and there's 2 Tom King books in the top tier. So, I have opinions. I like Tom King. A lot of people hate him, but whatever. So here's the first of the ones. Rorschach #1. And I have not read any of the other, like, before Watchmen or after Watchmen or Doomsday Clock or any of that stuff because, well, I wasn't reading comics in that little chunk. I knew it existed. And also, like, trying to tackle something that, Moore has written and stuff that said it doesn't want to be touched is tricky business. But I like Tom King enough. I gave it a shot. And I enjoy this. I like this cover. This cover was the controversial one. If you, like where Tom King started yelling at Jay Lee because he did some other cover for some political thing he didn't agree with, and Jay Lee's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" You can go back. It's in the Twitter history. But yeah, this is a good one. It even has like a little bit of a reference to, I think, to the HBO show, which I also really enjoyed. So I don't know. That's sort of it's a good one. It's a mystery take on it, and it's not like the normal. It might turn into the typical Tom King where like the main character gets all super angsty and has 12 issues to deal with it. That might very well happen. But this doesn't seem like it's going down that path. It seems like it's a little different. So I really kind of dug it. I like the other covers on this one too. Like I like all the covers I've seen for this, which was there's like 2 and then a sort of blank one you can draw on that I've seen. There might be more out there, but those are the ones I noticed. And 7 Secrets #3. Oh yeah. Tom Taylor writing in his own world. Yeah, this is getting up there for me. This is I'm really enjoying a lot of these indie creator-owned titles lately, and this one is one of them. It took a little bit, like the first issue was a little slow. The second issue is great, and this issue follows along with the greatness of the second issue. You're learning about the main character, and you're learning how the main character goes through some training-y stuff and all that. And it's well drawn. I think fairly well paced, even other than that first issue. Probably shouldn't have been a double issue with 1 and 2, but still. But yeah, I really like this one. It could have been my pick of the week pretty easily, but yeah. And this one again, you might still want to wait for trades on, but I Strange Adventures #6, and I love that cover. I mean, it's Mitch Gerard's cover, and Doc Shaner's the other cover. They're both great covers, but like they're kind of a mirror of each other. I only got the one cover of this one. This is sort of still trying to figure out like what war crimes Adam Strange committed, if any. And like up until this issue, they were kind of setting his wife up to be the villain, and this one kind of like doesn't excuse actions or anything, but it's just sort of like it's an explanation of things, and it reveals some stuff. And then Mr. Terrific reveals some things, and it's a good little back and forth. This one's a little bit slow too, so like I wouldn't blame you if you just waited till it's all collected and came out. Some of the Tom King stuff's like that, but I'm really enjoying this. I think it's gorgeous. I kind of like his like exploration of this character. If you enjoyed Miracle Man, you'll probably like this. If you enjoyed his run on the Visions family, you'd probably like this too. I mean, it's definitely a killer Tom King output. I never read Tom King's Batman, and I know a lot of people hated his run on Batman, so I don't really know. Can't really say. So there you go. That's what I've got for the week. What have you all read? I mean, it looks like you guys have picked up some stuff. Not sure if you've read a lot yet, and I get that. Yeah, it does need more bourbon, chubby, but I still have to function again yet tonight. I got some more painting to do, so no bourbon for me. Darth Vader. Okay. I've not been reading Darth Vader, Eric. I maybe I should. Like, I've been reading Dr. Aphra, and that one's on my drop list. So maybe I'll pick up Vader and see if it's any good. I mean, I will take your word for it. I'll try it. How about that? So yeah, like I'm dropping a couple titles this week. Obviously, there's just nothing horrible, but it's just not good enough to hold my attention. So what about everybody else? I realize I'm just trying to StreamYard and the chat's a little bit slower. So anybody else have a pick of the week that I've missed out on, or that I should check out, or agree with me or disagree and say, Taylor, you're an idiot. That first book is amazing, whatever it's called. Which one is it again? Commanders in Crisis. Yeah. No heroin. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I missed the first issue. I think I have the second one, but I haven't been able to find the first one. Joe, slot it up. Joe Frankenstein #1. I've never heard of that one, Jamie. I'll have to hunt that one down too. I'm not surprised. There's a lot out there now. I've not heard of, and like getting my LCSs to carry indie stuff is a little bit of a trick. It takes some work, and I get it because they don't sell as many of them. Like they'll pick up. Atlantis wasn't built for tourists. I've read the first one. I have the second one. I just haven't had a chance to read it yet. I got that in my Scout Monthly box, and I just set it aside, and I just forgot to pick it up. So I mean, literally forgot to pick it up off that stack to read. So I will. That's yeah. So that's kind of my stuff this week. I bought some back issues too from the dollar bin. Just some like Powers of X and or Powers of 10 and whatever they're called. Powers of X, hit 10 of Swords, X of 10. Fucking Hickman. Like, they're actually probably not really worth it for the speculator hype, Eric. I think a lot of them are better reads than the mainstream stuff. Well, like they're not going to probably hold the value of some of the superhero stuff. So it depends. I mean, if you're in it to read it though, you probably can just hold on and wait for trades, or read it digitally if that's your bag. I have Comixology on my iPad, but I've never really gotten into reading on there. I thought I might try it for like a series and see how it did, and then kind of maybe do a sort of review of like how Comixology works and what it's like reading on the iPad, just because I think most of the people that watch these videos, and I could be wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how I feel most of the crowd that comes in here and stuff are people that buy physical books, and I thought it'd be fun to like give it a little bit different try and see how that worked and see if it's any good. So, because I know that Comixology is about like $6 a month if you have Amazon Prime, which is the cost of this. So like if I can get like a whole lot of back issues of the indie stuff and a whole lot of like series, to read for $6. That's not such a horrible deal, I don't think. So, sorry, tangent. That's what I do. After I run out of books to look at, I just started talking to the camera. Yeah. But yeah, again, Eric, it's if you're trying to collect for speculation, good luck. I mean, it's as far as the indie stuff goes. Like everyone's now picking up every series just in case they all turn into something that's killing the children. But like the thing is, I don't think anybody knows if something that's killing the children is going to be a long lasting one either. Like if it's turned into a series and the series sucks, it's all the value's going to take a shit. So, but it's a fun read. So if you're in it for the fun read, yeah. And then or there's books like Saga, which I kind of go up and down like a stock market in value. Like right now it's down because they haven't put out a book in a couple months, but I think it's a great read. So, teach your own, I guess, on that one. What else we got? Did I catch up on everything here? I think so. Did I mention Kindred is kind of boring? I think I did. Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's I'm sorry if I missed any of your comments. Feel free to drop it in the comments below if there's anything I should read. Again, and if you want to help support the channel, I do T-shirts available. I've got copies of my art book available, which you can always have a chance to win those too. I've been giving out a few of those. Yes, I definitely recommend Earth X. I've never read Earth X. Yeah, Gary's a good one to follow to because he buys books to read and has different tastes than I do, which is a good thing. He buys and reads other books than I do. So if you like Conan, he's your guy. Paper Girls. See, I've heard good things about Paper Girls too. Sorry, now all these comments are coming in. I will get Vader. I'll give it a try. Paper Girls, I missed the beginning of. Don't be a dick hat. I will. It'll just be like a dildo hanging off of a pork pie hat. I can work on a don't be a dick hat. I can probably at least make a trucker's cap that would work. Might have to change the design up a bit, but that's how we deal. All right. Anyways, on that note, everybody, this is Taylor. Don't be a clown. Don't be actually, I can be a clown. That's an inside thing. I deleted. Somebody deleted the comment on. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm letting it go. It's like rain off a waterfall or whatever the hell the saying is. That's probably not a thing. Anyways, don't be a dick. See ya.